Happiness is one of the most sought after things in the world, yet so few people truly understand where it comes from. Too often we look for happiness in the wrong places, trying to find it in other people, in possessions, in things that are outside of ourselves. But I want you to know that true happiness, real contentment doesn't come from someone else's approval or from what you have. It comes from who you are when you discover your own worth and embrace it fully. Happiness is not something that can be handed to us by the world around us. It isn't a gift we receive from others, nor is it something that material things can create or maintain. True happiness is cultivated from within. It grows out of a deep sense of self-acceptance, self-respect, and inner peace. When we understand that we are valuable, not because of our accomplishments, possessions, or the approval of others, but simply because of who we are, we tap into a powerful source of contentment. This inner happiness is stable and lasting. Unlike happiness based on external factors, it doesn't vanish when circumstances change. It allows us to face life's ups and downs with a sense of balance and resilience. Inner happiness comes from realizing that we are enough as we are, regardless of what the world says. It's rooted in knowing that our worth is not determined by anything outside ourselves, and that we have everything we need within us to live a meaningful, joyful life. Relying on oneself for contentment means understanding that the key to a fulfilling life is within your control and doesn't depend on the actions, presence, or opinions of others. It's the freedom to know that your happiness, your peace, and your sense of fulfillment are things you create and nurture for yourself. When we practice self-reliance in this way, we shift the focus from waiting for others to make us happy to becoming active participants in our own joy. This form of self-reliance gives us stability because it doesn't crumble when relationships, jobs, or social circumstances change. Instead, it gives us the strength to carry on with a sense of purpose and gratitude, regardless of what's happening around us. Relying on yourself for contentment is an act of empowerment. It's about being able to look inward and trust that you have the resources, resilience, and understanding needed to build a fulfilling life. By cultivating this, we create an inner foundation that no external situation can easily shake. Embracing solitude is about learning to be comfortable and fulfilled in your own company. It means valuing the quiet moments and using them as opportunities for self-reflection, personal growth, and reconnecting with your thoughts, feelings, and dreams. When we embrace solitude, we're not running from others or isolating ourselves. Rather, we are choosing to spend intentional time alone, which allows us to deepen our understanding of ourselves. In solitude, we find the space to listen to our inner voice without distraction. This helps us reconnect with what truly matters to us and clarify our values and priorities. Solitude becomes a powerful tool for self-discovery, where we can explore ideas and passions and begin to understand ourselves better. It provides us with a sense of independence and peace that enhances our well-being, making us stronger, more self-assured, and less reliant on external validation. Learning to enjoy solitude also strengthens our relationships with others, as we no longer seek constant companionship to fill a void. Instead, we come to relationships whole, grounded, and at peace with ourselves, which allows for more balanced, meaningful connections. Embracing solitude is about appreciating time alone as an essential part of our journey toward a more authentic and satisfying life. Discovering personal value is about recognizing that our worth is inherent, not something we need to earn from others or prove through achievements. It begins with an understanding that each of us has unique qualities, strengths, and experiences that contribute to who we are. When we take time to reflect on our own worth, we see that we are valuable simply by being ourselves, independent of anyone else's judgment or external accomplishments. This self-discovery process involves looking within and identifying what we appreciate about ourselves, our character, resilience, kindness, talents, and dreams. It's an honest acknowledgement of our strengths and even our imperfections, with a commitment to appreciating and nurturing who we are. By valuing ourselves in this way, we create a foundation of confidence and self-respect that supports us in all areas of life. When we truly discover our personal value, we stop measuring ourselves against others or seeking validation through relationships, jobs, or possessions. Instead, we begin to carry an inner assurance that we are enough as we are. This realization empowers us to pursue goals, set boundaries, and build relationships from a place of self-worth. It frees us from people-pleasing tendencies and allows us to make choices aligned with our true desires and values. Discovering personal value ultimately transforms the way we view ourselves and the world around us, leading to a more fulfilling and empowered life. Building emotional independence means developing the ability to regulate our emotions, thoughts, and reactions from within, rather than relying on others to provide a sense of stability or validation. It's about becoming our own source of encouragement and strength, understanding that we are responsible for our emotional well-being and that we have the capacity to manage it. This independence allows us to face life's challenges without feeling overly dependent on external reassurance or approval. When we cultivate emotional independence, we learn to navigate our feelings in a healthy way, giving ourselves space to process emotions like sadness, frustration, or disappointment without feeling the need for someone else to fix them for us. This doesn't mean shutting people out or avoiding connections, but rather approaching relationships from a place of balance, where we don't expect others to fulfill our emotional needs. Emotional independence creates a solid foundation for healthier relationships because we approach others out of a desire to connect rather than a need to fill an emotional gap. Developing this independence also means learning to trust ourselves, to trust our ability to make decisions, set boundaries, and stand up for ourselves when necessary. We become less reactive to criticism or praise, knowing that our worth isn't defined by external opinions. Instead, we build an internal support system rooted in self-respect and self-compassion. Emotional independence doesn't imply isolation. It enhances our capacity to give and receive in relationships, allowing us to maintain a sense of self no matter what happens around us. This growth gives us the resilience to face life's highs and lows with confidence, knowing that our emotional strength comes from within. Growing self-confidence is a process of gradually learning to trust and believe in your own abilities, judgment, and worth. It begins with recognizing that you are capable and that you have the skills, qualities, and resilience necessary to handle whatever comes your way. Self-confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being comfortable with who you are and having the courage to face challenges without doubting your ability to overcome them. At the heart of growing self-confidence is self-awareness. When you truly know yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, values, and passions, you gain the clarity to make decisions that are aligned with your authentic self. This awareness helps you see your true potential, even in the face of obstacles. As you take small steps toward your goals, you build confidence by proving to yourself that you can succeed, learn, and grow from experiences, regardless of whether they turn out exactly as planned. Self-confidence also grows through resilience. The ability to bounce back from setbacks, to see failures as lessons, and to continue moving forward despite difficulty strengthens your belief in yourself. Every challenge you face and overcome becomes evidence of your own capacity to thrive. As you push through doubts and fears, you build mental and emotional strength that reinforces your confidence. Positive self-talk plays a vital role in this process. The way we speak to ourselves shapes our perception of our abilities. When we replace negative thoughts with empowering ones, we begin to see ourselves as capable and worthy of success. This shift in mindset is crucial to growing self-confidence because it directly impacts how we show up in the world, whether we approach situations with hesitation or with the assurance that we have what it takes to succeed. Over time, as you build on these foundational practices, self-awareness, resilience, and positive self-talk, your self-confidence grows. You begin to trust in your decisions, to believe that you can handle what life brings, and to pursue your goals with the certainty that you are equipped to achieve them. Fostering inner peace is about creating a state of mental and emotional harmony that remains undisturbed by external circumstances. It's a process of calming the mind, grounding the heart, and finding balance within yourself. In a world full of noise, distractions, and challenges, inner peace is the quiet strength that allows us to navigate life with calm and clarity. It comes from learning to let go of the things that drain our energy, whether it's unresolved conflicts, constant worry, or the pressure to meet external expectations, and instead focusing on nurturing a sense of contentment and stillness within. This inner peace begins with self-acceptance. It's about embracing who you are without judgment or resistance. When we accept ourselves, flaws and all, we stop fighting against our own nature and can begin to live in harmony with ourselves. We recognize that peace is not something we need to search for outside of us, but rather something we must cultivate by embracing our imperfections and finding gratitude in the present moment. Meditation, mindfulness, and reflection are powerful tools for fostering inner peace. By practicing these, we create space to slow down, quiet the mind, and connect with our inner selves. This stillness allows us to hear our own thoughts clearly and to process emotions in a way that doesn't overwhelm us. It helps us detach from the chaos of daily life, creating moments of tranquility where we can regain perspective, heal, and reset. Another key to inner peace is letting go of things beyond our control. Often we struggle with anxiety and stress because we try to control the uncontrollable, whether it's other people's actions, the outcome of events, or past mistakes. Fostering inner peace requires us to release the need for control and trust that life will unfold as it should. This doesn't mean we abandon responsibility or stop taking action, but rather that we learn to accept what we cannot change and focus our energy on what we can. Forgiveness is also central to inner peace. Holding on to grudges, resentment, or anger only creates turmoil within ourselves. When we forgive not just others, but ourselves as well, we release the emotional burdens that weigh us down. In doing so, we create space for peace to flow in, allowing us to live freely without the heavy weight of past wounds. As we foster inner peace, we develop a deeper sense of trust in ourselves and the world around us. We become less affected by external turmoil, more resilient in the face of adversity, and able to move through life with grace and serenity. It's a practice that requires ongoing attention, but as we cultivate it, we find that we can approach life with a sense of calm that is unwavering, no matter the circumstances. Creating healthy relationships begins with establishing a strong foundation of self-awareness and self-respect. Healthy relationships are built on mutual trust, understanding, and a shared sense of respect, where both individuals are free to be themselves without fear of judgment or manipulation. The first step toward creating such relationships is to know yourself well, your values, boundaries, needs, and desires, and to communicate these clearly with others. When you understand your own worth and what you need from a relationship, you're better equipped to build a connection that nurtures both individuals rather than drains them. Trust is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship. Without trust, relationships are unstable, and without stability, they cannot grow. To build trust, both people must demonstrate honesty, reliability, and consistency in their actions. Trust also means being vulnerable and allowing yourself to be open and authentic with others, knowing that you can be accepted for who you truly are. As trust deepens, so does the emotional connection, which fosters an environment of support, understanding, and empathy. Clear and respectful communication is essential in nurturing any relationship. It's about being able to express your feelings, concerns, and needs openly without fear of criticism or dismissal. At the same time, it's equally important to listen actively and empathetically to the other person, seeking to understand their perspective and validating their feelings. Healthy communication means both individuals feel heard and valued, which strengthens the bond between them. Boundaries play a critical role in healthy relationships. Each person must respect the boundaries of the other, whether those boundaries are emotional, physical, or mental. Setting healthy boundaries means knowing when to say no and understanding that your well-being is just as important as the other person's. It also means being willing to negotiate and compromise when needed, but never at the expense of your values or emotional health. True boundaries create safety and respect, ensuring that the relationship is balanced and nurturing rather than one-sided or draining. Another key element in creating healthy relationships is mutual support and encouragement. Healthy relationships are not about competition or comparison. They are about uplifting one another, celebrating successes, and providing comfort during difficult times. When both people are invested in each other's growth and well-being, the relationship becomes a source of strength, motivation, and shared joy. Forgiveness is also crucial in maintaining healthy relationships. No one is perfect, and misunderstandings or mistakes will happen. The ability to forgive, let go of past hurts, and move forward with compassion is essential to preserving the integrity of a relationship. Holding on to grudges or resentment only creates division and distance, but forgiveness heals and allows both individuals to grow together. Ultimately, healthy relationships require effort, consistency, and care from both individuals. They are not about perfection, but about building a strong, resilient partnership where both people feel valued, heard, and supported. When both individuals are committed to fostering respect, trust, and open communication, relationships thrive, providing a safe, loving environment where both people can grow and thrive together. Freedom from neediness is about reaching a place of emotional independence where your happiness, peace, and sense of self-worth are not dependent on the validation, approval, or presence of others. It means being able to stand on your own, to trust that you have what you need within yourself, and to not rely on external sources for affirmation or fulfillment. When you are free from neediness, you are not constantly seeking approval or attention from others, nor are you clinging to relationships or situations out of fear of being alone or unimportant. This freedom begins with self-awareness and self-acceptance. When you understand and accept who you are, you stop comparing yourself to others or seeking external validation to define your worth. You realize that your value is intrinsic, not tied to the opinions or actions of others. This shift in mindset helps you become emotionally self-sufficient, finding fulfillment in your own company and accomplishments, and not relying on others to fill any perceived gaps or voids. Being free from neediness also means setting healthy boundaries. It's about recognizing when you are giving too much of yourself to someone else in an attempt to gain their love or approval. Healthy relationships are not built on a foundation of neediness, but on mutual respect and care. By setting boundaries, you protect your own emotional health and prevent yourself from becoming overly dependent on others for your happiness or sense of self. When we are no longer needy, we become more confident in making decisions based on our own values and desires, not on what we think others expect of us. This ability to act from a place of internal strength allows us to build stronger, more genuine relationships where we connect with others out of mutual respect, not out of a need for validation or fear of rejection. We begin to give freely, knowing that we are already whole, without expecting anything in return. Letting go of neediness also means becoming more resilient in the face of challenges. When we are emotionally independent, we are less likely to be swayed by rejection or criticism because we have a solid sense of self. We are not easily shaken by the opinions of others, and we don't rely on external circumstances to feel good about ourselves. This freedom allows us to approach life's ups and downs with a sense of stability and peace. Ultimately, freedom from neediness empowers us to live more authentically and confidently. We stop seeking external approval or attention to feel valued, and instead we recognize and affirm our own worth. This shift leads to healthier, more fulfilling relationships where love and connection are based on mutual appreciation rather than dependency. When we are free from neediness, we create space for deeper, more meaningful connections with others and a more peaceful, self-sufficient life. Developing resilience is about cultivating the mental and emotional strength to navigate life's challenges, setbacks, and adversities without losing your sense of purpose or well-being. It's the ability to bounce back from difficulties, not just to survive them, but to grow stronger as a result. Resilience isn't about avoiding hardship, it's about learning how to face it head-on. Adapt to changing circumstances and emerge from the experience wiser, more grounded, and more confident in your ability to handle what comes next. At the core of resilience is a mindset shift. Instead of viewing challenges as insurmountable obstacles, resilient individuals see them as opportunities for growth and learning. When faced with adversity, they choose to respond with perseverance and determination, trusting that they have the capacity to overcome the difficulty. This shift in perspective allows them to maintain hope and motivation, even in the face of overwhelming odds. Resilience also involves emotional regulation. Rather than being swept away by negative emotions such as anger, fear, or sadness, resilient people learn to acknowledge and manage their feelings without letting them control their actions. They understand that emotions are a natural part of the human experience, but they don't let them define their responses or dictate the course of their lives. By practicing emotional awareness and self-control, they can navigate difficult emotions with greater clarity and composure. Another important aspect of developing resilience is building strong support systems. While resilience is about inner strength, it's also about knowing when to seek support from others. Resilient individuals understand the value of surrounding themselves with people who uplift, encourage, and support them, whether in moments of triumph or difficulty. They are not afraid to ask for help, share their struggles, or lean on others for emotional support when needed. This sense of community helps to buffer the challenges they face, providing both practical and emotional resources to keep going. Problem solving and adaptability are key components of resilience as well. Life rarely unfolds exactly as planned, and resilient individuals are skilled at finding solutions when faced with unexpected changes. Instead of dwelling on what they cannot control, they focus on what they can do in the present moment to address the situation and move forward. This adaptability allows them to pivot when necessary, adjust their plans, and continue progressing even when circumstances shift. Resilience is also about self-belief. It's the confidence in your ability to cope with whatever life throws your way, knowing that you have survived challenges before and that you can do so again. This belief is built over time through experience. Each time you overcome a difficulty, you reinforce your sense of self-efficacy. You begin to trust in your capacity to deal with adversity, which strengthens your resolve the next time you face a challenge. Finally, developing resilience involves practicing self-care and maintaining a healthy mindset. Taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional health provides the foundation for resilience. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, mindfulness practices, and positive self-talk all contribute to building the strength and energy needed to face life's difficulties. A resilient person understands the importance of maintaining their well-being so that they are better equipped to handle whatever challenges may arise. Ultimately, developing resilience is about creating a mindset and lifestyle that allows you to withstand the storms of life with grace, strength, and determination. It's about recognizing that setbacks are not failures, but opportunities to learn, adapt, and grow. Resilience is a lifelong practice, one that empowers you to live boldly and face life's challenges with confidence, knowing that you have the capacity to rise above them. In conclusion, developing resilience is not an innate trait, but a skill that can be cultivated through experience, mindset, and intentional practice. It's about embracing life's challenges as opportunities for growth, mastering emotional regulation, and building the inner strength to face adversity with confidence. Resilience teaches us that setbacks do not define us. Instead, it's our response to them that shapes our character and our future. By fostering a resilient mindset, seeking support when needed, and maintaining our well-being, we empower ourselves to navigate the inevitable difficulties of life with courage and grace. Ultimately, resilience is the key to not only surviving, but thriving in the face of life's storms. And it is through this strength that we discover our true capacity to overcome and rise above.